Hey, Rebecca. I have some news to share. Brace yourself. It's not pleasant.
Oh, Kate? What's going on? You sound serious. Is everything okay?
Your father, Drew, has passed away in a car accident.
Oh, what? That can't be true. My dad hates cars. He never drove. He wouldn't even take a cab.
Well, that's what happened, Rebecca. It was a freak accident, and he didn't make it. I'm sorry for your loss.
I can't believe this. Are you sure about the details? I mean, my dad never even owned a car.
Look, I'm just telling you what I've been informed. The authorities have confirmed it was a car accident. Maybe your dad borrowed someone's car or something. I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense. You've worked for my dad for years, Kate. You know how much he hated cars.
I know, but I can't change the truth.
Really? I expected a bit more sympathy and understanding from you.
I'm simply relaying the information I received. I can't change the circumstances. And to be honest, I'm not really one for emotion and sympathy. That's not how I operate.
Not how you operate? Hey, this is my father we're talking about. I would have appreciated if you had broken the news to me in person, rather than through a text message. You've known him for years too. How am I going to tell my mother? But where is he? I want to see him.
Look, I'm sorry if my approach seems cold, but it's my job to handle the practical matters. I'll be the one sorting out your father's policies and other things now that he passed. You won't be able to see him. Shortly after the crash, the car caught on fire. But there is nothing left to see. He was identified by his business card and ID in his wallet.
Oh, what? Practical matters? Is that all you care about? My father is more than just policies and things. He's a person, and he means a lot to me and our family. The least you could have done is shown some compassion. I can't believe how nonchalant you are being about this. You have just told me there isn't anything left of him for us to see. That all you're worried about are policies and procedures.
I have a job to do, and make sure everything is taken care of efficiently. I'm sorry if I'm not meeting your expectations, but I can't change the reality of the situation.
All I'm asking is for a little sensitivity and understanding during this difficult time. I thought you knew my father well enough to at least acknowledge the impact of his loss on his family.
I understand where you're coming from, Rebecca. If you need help with practical matters or have any questions, I'm here for you. Just let me know what you need.
Really? Is that it?
I'm not sure what else I can do at this time.
Fine, Kate. Just do what you need to do. But don't forget that behind all those policies and things, there are real people grieving. Hi, Kate. It's been months since my father passed away. And my mother and I still haven't received the payout from his policy. We really need that money to survive. Can you please give us an update?
Hi, Rebecca. There have been some complications with your father's policies. I've been working on resolving them, but it's taking longer than anticipated.
Complications? What kind of complications? We're struggling here. This money is crucial for us. We relied on my father as our sole provider, and we need the support his policy was supposed to provide.
There has been some administrative issues that needs to be sorted out.
It's been months, Kate. We can't wait any longer. We're barely making ends meet. And this payout was supposed to provide some stability for us. Please, I need more concrete answer.
Well, there has been a recent development. It turns out that your father was secretly in debt, and the money from his policy had to be used to pay off those debts. I'm sorry, but there is no payout coming your way.
Debt? That doesn't make any sense, Kate. My father was always responsible with his money. He managed our finances meticulously. I find it hard to believe that he would be in debt, let alone to the extent that it consumed his entire policy payout.
I know it's difficult to accept, Rebecca, but sometimes people can have hidden financial struggles. I only found out about it while going through your father's documents. I'm just as surprised as you are.
This is all starting to feel very suspicious, Kate. First, the questionable circumstance surrounding my father's death, and now the sudden revelation about his supposed death? I can't help but wonder if there is more to the story than meets the eye.
I understand your concerns, Rebecca, but I assure you there is nothing more to it. Sometimes things happen, and they are beyond our control.
I feel like a lot of things have been out of your control recently, Kate, but I can't shake off this feeling of unease. I trusted you as my father's personal assistant, and now I question everything. I need some time to process this information and figure out what steps to take next.
I'm sorry you feel that way. It is also a problem for me as I will no longer be paid either. We are in the same boat.
We are not in the same boat. You can get another job. I can't get another father. Derek, there is one more thing I hadn't mentioned to you before. I hired you to investigate my father's missing policy money. But I never told you why, and I suddenly realized it may be a vital piece of information for you to know.
Hi, Rebecca. What is it?
I suspect that Kate, my father's personal assistant, has stolen the money from my family.
That's quite an important allegation. I'll redirect my investigation and see where it takes me. If you think of anything else that may be of use, no matter how insignificant you think it may be, it could help to getting to the truth.
Thanks, Derek. If I think of anything else, I'll be sure to let you know.
Great, and I'll get back to you as soon as I have new information. Rebecca, I've been working on the case and I have some significant findings to share with you. I believe your suspicions are right. After conducting thorough investigations, it appears that Kate has indeed embezzled the money intended for you and your mother.
I knew it! I had this gut feeling that something wasn't right. How much evidence do you have against her? But what are her options now?
I've gathered substantial evidence, including financial records, transactions, and witnesses who can testify against Kate. With this evidence, we have a strong case against her for fraud. The next step is to decide how you want to proceed legally.
I want to sue her, Derek. She not only stole from us, but also deceived us with lies about the money. I want justice for my family. Can we go after her for the full amount she stole?
Absolutely, Rebecca. We can pursue legal action to reclaim the full amount she stole from you. We'll need to gather additional evidence and build a solid case to ensure the best possible outcome. I'll work closely with you and keep you informed every step of the way.
Thank you, Derek. It's so much more than I expected. I mean, I had a bad feeling about it, but I never really thought Kate could or would do something like this to my family. She has worked for my father for so many years. Thought she would be more devoted to our family.
Some people are just different. Unfortunately, it seems like there's more to this case. Like, I've only just scratched the surface of what's really going on. I'll keep investigating and come back to you when I know more.
I appreciate your commitment, Derek.
After our chat yesterday, I did some more digging, and to say I opened a can of worms is an understatement.
What do you mean?
Well, to start with, your father isn't really dead.
What? Wait, what do you mean he's not dead?
He's alive and well.
I can't believe him. Are you sure it's him?
As sure as anything, undoubtedly.
How can this be? He told us he was in a freak accident. But there was nothing to even identify him by. Just his ID and his wallet.
There was nothing to identify him by because he wasn't in the burning car in the first place. They just tossed an empty wallet with a business card and his ID in it near the car. By the time Kate got in the accident, the car was so burned that the first responders just assumed that whoever was in the car, there'd be nothing left to identify. So they just called in the tow truck and called it a day.
Why would he do something like this? He must have been in on it too. She was the one who told me. No wonder she was so unsympathetic. She was lying through her teeth.
I guess it won't come as a shock to you then when I tell you that Kate was the one who suggested the idea to your father in the first place.
Are you kidding me?
I'm afraid not.
Don't understand why they would go through with such an evil and deceiving plan. I never thought there were problems in my parents' marriage. We were always such a happy family.
Well, that leads me to my next discovery.
Well, what more could there possibly be?
I found proof of an ongoing affair between Kate and your father, one that's been going on for years.
What? That's unbelievable. So not only did Kate steal from us, but she also conspired with my father to fake his death? How could they do this to me and my mother?
I understand how shocking and distressing this must be for you, Rebecca. It seems they orchestrated an elaborate plan to deceive you and your mother, ultimately stealing the policy money.
We can't let them get away with this, Derek. They've not only betrayed our trust, but also put us through immense pain and suffering. Please, gather all the evidence you can, and let's make sure they face the consequences of their action.
I'm fully committed to helping you seek justice, Rebecca. I'll continue collecting all the necessary evidence to build a strong case against both Kate and your father. We'll fight to get your family's money back and hold them accountable for their deceitful actions.
Thank you, Derek. I'm determined to uncover the truth and reclaim what is rightfully ours. We won't let them get away with this. Hello, Father. It's your daughter, Rebecca. You know, the one who tried to deceive with a fake death.
You must have the wrong number.
Don't you even bother, Dad. I already know it's you. I hired a private investigator when I got suspicious of Kate. And he has uncovered everything.
Rebecca, I can explain.
You better have one hell of an excuse, because I know about you stealing your policy money that was meant for me and my mother, and the affair.
It's true.
I know that already. What I want to know is, why would you do this to us? To break up our family like this?
That's the thing. I never wanted to break up with our family, but I was under so much pressure with the things getting more serious. With my affair with Kate, I didn't know what to do. That's when she suggested that I fake my death. I thought it would save you and your mother the pain of the truth.
So you thought having us believe you were dead was a better pain to feel?
Well, no, but I had no choice. It was the easiest way to give myself the fresh start I needed.
That you needed? What about what we needed? All my life, you have supported us, forcing my mother not to work and to rather be a housewife. You can't get away so easily. You owe us.
What do you mean I owe you?
Never mind trying to fake your death to get away from us. You can't just get away with trying to steal your policy money and leave us with nothing.
Well, what exactly do you want?
I could quite easily sue you for damages.
But I didn't damage anything.
Emotional damages, Dad. We don't have to worry. We're not going to do that.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, thank you.
Don't thank me yet. I want you to pay Mom and me maintenance.
Maintenance? For what?
I told you. You made us rely on you for almost 3 decades. It is only right that you continue what you started.
I'm sorry, Rebecca, but I won't be doing that. It's high time that you and your mother fend for yourselves for a change. I'm not going to be your anchor any longer.
It's not an option. You either pay us the maintenance we want, or I will spread the truth about your little secret and expose you by suing.
You wouldn't do that to me. I'm your father.
I never thought my father would fake his own death to get away from his family. Here we are.
What if I offered you a payout?
You're not going to get out of this, Dad. I told you what your options were. I'm not settling for a payout. That money will finish eventually. I want you to fulfill your lifetime commitment and take care of Mom and me.
I can't do that, Rebecca.
You can, and you will. You'll pay for everything you have done to us.
All right, fine. But you're to swear to not tell anyone else about what you know. As far as the world knows, Drew died in a fiery car accident.
Whatever, Dad. I can't believe how manipulative you are. Excuse me?
Forcing Jiro to pay to upkeep your and your mother's lifestyle.
He was the one who created that lifestyle. And you were the one to talk. You were the one who manipulated him to faking his death in the first place. I never manipulated him.
I just suggested the idea. He was the one to go through with it, and I can't blame him. When I told him I was pregnant, he obviously saw the opportunity to try again and build a better family.
Oh, what? You're not pregnant. Derek would have told me if he found out that you were.
Maybe not, but Drew doesn't know that. But it was just the hook that I needed for him to finally agree to leave your lazy mother and you behind and start afresh with me.
Dear you. All these years we have seen you as part of our family. But all you are is a blackmailing witch. You're just using my father for his money. But you don't even truly love him.
You're smarter than I thought. But still not smart enough to have figured it out before everything has been done. If it wasn't for your pathetic private investigator, I doubt you would have figured it out at all.
I don't need this. Just leave me and my mother alone. You have already taken everything from us. What more do you want?
I want your father to stop contributing to you altogether.
Well, that's not going to happen. So just leave us be.
It will if I have anything to do with it. Just you wait and see.
Rebecca, honey, can we talk?
What do you want, Dad?
I want to apologize. I should have never done what I did. I never meant to hurt you or your mother. I was tricked.
I know the whole story. I know Kate told you that she was pregnant and you wanted to start a new life with her and your new child. But she lied to you. She isn't actually pregnant.
I know that now. I feel so stupid. I should have never taken what I had for granted.
What happened?
What do you mean?
Something must have happened for you to come hauling back to us.
Well, it's Kate. She found out that I agreed to keep paying money to you and your mother, and she was furious. She threatened to leave me if I didn't stop, but I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I knew you'd expose me if I stopped paying, but at the same time, I didn't want to lose Kate and our unborn child.
There is no child.
I know that now. I refused to stop the payments, but I told her I still wanted to build a new family with her. That's when she got angry and told me that there was no pregnancy. She was faking it to get me to leave you and your mother.
Well, don't you feel like the idiot now?
I do. I really do. And that's why I've come back, to apologize.
Apology not accepted.
Rebecca, please. Let's go back to the way things were. Let's be a family again.
It's too late for that, Dad. You're dead, remember? It's been months. We can't exactly resurrect you. And in any case, Mom and I want nothing to do with you anymore. You made your bed? Now lie in it. In the end, after my father tried to get my mother and me to take him back, we decided to sell his house and move into a smaller place. We used the money from that along with the money my father pays every month to pay Derek for his assistance in finding out the truth and still live comfortably. As for my dad, I have no idea where he is now. And frankly, I don't care. As long as he continues to pay his maintenance, continue to try and worm his way back into our lives, but my mother and I refuse. He caused too much pain and trauma. We believe that he doesn't deserve a second chance. I also never heard from Kate again. After she left my father, I believe she moved on to the next rich guy to try and blackmail and trick him into destroying his life for her.
Hey, Kevin, how many times do I have to tell you that you're not allowed to park your car here? Hi, Jimmy. What's the problem? I just parked my car in the parking zones for residents. Everybody in the neighborhood park there, right? Yeah, everyone can park here except for you. Why? I'm a resident here too. My family has moved here for 2 months already. I spent over $2 million on buying the house here, and now you're telling me I can't park my car in a resident's parking lot? Do you have any problem with me? Oh, please. You're a black dude. Who can make sure that you took that money from the legal business? Those niggers can only do, the most menial and degrading employment in society. So how can you earn so much money if you're a no-good, gun-packing, robbery, murder, and drug dealer? Jimmy, do you have any problem with my skin color? I've told you many times that I have my own company, and it's doing very well. And I'm an American citizen, and just like everybody else there, I always obey the law. You're so funny. How can you compare us, white supremacists, to, a freaky, smelly, dirty, and nasty species like you? Oh, don't take my words too seriously. That's just a joke. Does that kind of talk offend you? Jimmy, I wouldn't say I like the way you talk, or your joke either. So please, never say that to my family, or me, ever again. You're so lame. I just want to create a friendly and enjoyable atmosphere. Well, I guess that's just enough fun. But about the parking lot, I'm very serious about it. You need to move now. Excuse me? Why do I have to move? I have the right to park here. Oh, you have to understand our circumstances. This used to be a very peaceful neighborhood, and only white people. But suddenly, you moved here and broke our peace. And as the mayor of this town, I need to ensure that everyone is safe. So, what's related to my parking lot? Well, you know, because there's no security at the parking zone, so citizens in this town are very worried that you can call your gang to come here at night and steal their car or put drugs into their car trunk to harm them. What? Why do you think I can do that? I've had no previous criminal record or broken the law. You can't just casually accuse me like that. The Browns moved to this town at the same time as us, but why didn't you tell them that? Because they're white, so I'm positively sure that they're good people. To be honest, we don't want you to move here at first. Ugh, when I heard that the old owner would sell the house to you, I tried to convince him not to sell the house to black people, but only to sell the house to white people. But do you know what he said to me? That was the ridiculous thing I've ever heard. He said that everyone had greatness in them, no matter their skin. Oh my God, even now when I think about it, I still can't stop laughing. I see nothing worth laughing about him. He said it right. Don't judge a book by its cover. Oh really? But shouldn't the cover of a book show its contents? Like a horror book that usually has a cover of scary killers or monsters? And look at you. You look exactly like those monsters with your black skin. Hey, you've insulted me enough. And no, don't misunderstand me. I didn't offend you at all. I'm just sharing with you our concerns and concerns about the danger your family may pose to us. Ah, one more thing I need to talk about with you too. Can you and your family please wear a mask outside and always close all your house doors and windows? Why is that? Is there any disease? Yeah, I guess so. Doctors in the town allege that blacks live in filth and spread diseases. In other words, your family's a source of pollution. And we're very worried that our children might get the respiratory illness from your house. So I hope you can tell your son to limit going out and playing with the kids in the neighborhood. Jimmy, it seems too coercive to my son and me. And I think you should find another doctor with more education and knowledge, because that is pure prejudice. Science is now very advanced, and a lot of studies have shown that black people are just like normal people. We don't have any diseases. Yeah, you can say everything you want. We only believe what we want to believe. So now, Move your car out of the parking zone and close all your house doors. This now has been my orders, not just recommendations anymore. No, Jimmy. That's a violation of my rights. Right? You have no right. Black people have no civil rights, but obey the orders of white people. Are we clear here? I think I've told you enough. Now excuse me, I will have to prepare for the upcoming re-election. Ugh, you should follow my orders and stop wasting my time. Well, I won't. What are you trying to prove here, Jimmy? My wife told me today she went to the grocery store and butcher shop to buy food, but they refused to let her inside because she didn't wear a face mask. The shop owner said that was your order. What the hell is going on here? Oh, hi, Kevin. I thought I said very clearly before that if your family member doesn't wear a face mask when going outside, the shops have the right to refuse to serve. You agreed that you'll do as I said, but in the end you didn't, so I have no choice but to use drastic measures. I'm sorry, but this is your family's fault. No, Jimmy, you said nothing that my family would be isolated or ostracized like this. Besides, I obviously said that I wouldn't follow your unreasonable and full of discrimination towards black. Oh, I didn't tell you about the consequences if you hadn't followed my orders, huh? Sorry, my bad. But now you know it already, right? So next time, be cautious and listen carefully to my words. I can't believe you can go that far. My son just came home from school, and he even had to walk because the bus driver wouldn't let him on the bus because he was afraid my son would catch an infection. My son's covered in wounds all over, and he's crying a lot. He said your son led his classmates to tease him, call him a monster, and beat him up. The teacher saw it but pretended nothing had happened. Is this what you call a civilized and safe neighborhood? Oh, you are so sensitive. It's just a joke between boys. Your son is so weak. Instead of complaining to me, you should teach him how to get along with friends. No, you should change schools for him. We also don't want our kids to attend the same school as black kids. Your son will spoil our kids. Send him back to the black school. Your stupid son isn't smart enough to keep up with the curriculum here anyway. Enough said, eh? As a dad, you should have taught your son to be a good person and treat everyone equally, not discriminate against others just because of their different skin color. I'm really concerned about what your son will become when he grows up and thinks his actions are normal. You are turning your son into a racist. What are you talking about? Everything is easy to solve. Don't make things more complicated. You and your family just need to return to the slums filled with criminals and deviant hip-hop. Then there will be another rich white family moving here. Everyone return to their respective positions, and the problem would be resolved peacefully. So in the end, you still want to chase us away? For what? We've not harmed you at all. We just want to live in peace. We also just want to live in peace. Listen, next week, the president of a chain of 5-star hotels and luxury restaurants with hundreds of branches across the country will visit the town. He's considering seeing if he can invest in this town. It will help the town become an attractive traveling destination for white people. And I want to run for governor soon, so I don't want to lose this opportunity. Suppose he comes here and sees that a black family is living here. In that case, he will definitely not agree to invest anymore, because he thinks it's full of dirty criminals here. You're talking about X Group? Yes, of course I'm talking about them. Don't you see that I've spent a lot of money to make a welcome board for X Group to visit right outside my office? But how can you ensure that he's white and will be racist like you? Oh, don't use that harsh word to talk about me. I'm not a racist. I just want people to go back to where they fit best. You always ask me ridiculous questions. The chairman of X Group is an extremely talented person. He succeeded at a very young age. Such talented people can only be white. Well, nothing can be sure. You haven't met the chairman, right? Yeah, I don't. He's humble, so I can't find any image of him on the internet because he always hides his face. Everything I worked on through his secretary, who told me his boss was very difficult. He cares about society, as well as the living environment of the places where he intends to invest. Oh, everything was still going perfectly until your family showed up. Well, now I have to find a way to get this trash out of town as quickly as possible. Excuse me? You called my family trash? Oh no, don't care about it, Kevin. I'm just whining myself. Besides, it's just a comparison, not a big deal. You know what? I think you're right. You just want this place to come better to help people improve your lives. If so, I have nothing to oppose you, right? Well, I'm in. Oh, wait, you what? I will help you to make sure this town has the healthiest living environment possible. Oh my God, are you serious? Your family will move out of this town? That's the most amazing thing I've ever heard from you. You've changed my thought about black. Ha! They seem to be very obedient to white people too. Well, I'm full of surprises. But I have a much better idea than moving out. You'll find out soon. Huh? What are you talking about, Kevin? Where are you? Are you disappear into the air? What the hell is going on there? Are you out of your mind? Are you messing with me? How dare you compete for mayor with me? Is this the way you think to solve the problem? What crazy idea is this? Oh, hello, Mayor Jimmy. Or should I call you former Mayor Jimmy? Do you like this idea of mine? I'm sure this idea of mine can get to the root of the problem and make this town friendlier. You must stop talking nonsense and withdraw quickly from this election. The investment is coming in just 40 minutes, and everything's messed up because of you. I won't let all my dedication and hard work all these years go up in smoke just because of your stupidity. You're such a daydreamer. Everyone in this town hates your family. Surely no one will vote for you but yourself. Well, no. More than 2/3 of this town's citizens said they would vote for me. People here are not stupid enough to elect a black guy to be mayor and then lose the opportunity to invest. You're a terrible liar. Sorry, but I have to announce to you that I told the truth. In the past few days, I've been knocking on people's doors to convince them to vote for me. Although a few entries have closed immediately, many people will listen to me. And I was finally able to convince them to vote for me. What? No way! You must have used force to threaten them to vote for you, right? They would never allow a nigga like you to rule this town. One more time, Jimmy. I hurt nobody. I just sat down and talked to them. They told me they were tired of obeying a monopolistic mayor like you all day. You always ordered them to hate my family, even though they held no grudges against us. But they have no other way, because you are the richest man and hold all the control here. Those who disobey your orders will be chased away by all means, like you are doing to me. What? How dare those ungrateful fools talk about me like that? Without my leadership, the town would not have developed into what it is today. Those ungrateful bastards. I also mentioned the matter of school education to them, and they said they were also deeply concerned when his son repeatedly bullied other classmates. And you keep continuing spread incorrect ideas about gender, ethnicity, and race among their children. And how can a father who fails to teach his children the right awareness of human rights as a person can protect the rights of others? I just taught my son to choose the right friends to play with. Only failed parents care about these barbarians. Who knows if one day they'll harm their children? I promised them that I would change this town into a place where everyone could live comfortably and in harmony with each other. without having to be wary of anyone. At the same time, I'll also do my best to make this town a better place, with investments in local services to stimulate tourism demand. And because of my sincerity, they agreed to vote for me. Investments? Oh, you must be a clown. I can't help but laugh. If you want to laugh, do it while you can. You did not care about the people's interests, but only about your own interests. They told me they were required to donate an absurd amount to the town annually, but never saw you spend money on events or repairs. We all wondered where that money had gone. I'm the mayor. The spending rights are all mine. I have no obligation to inform you. Oh, really? Are you understand the law? But Jimmy, I really need to know where that money went to decide if I should invest in this town. What are you talking about? Invest with what? Drugs? Or guns? Oh, you poor thing. The cops will find out about you soon. Yeah, I think that too. Because I'll charge you for corruption. Ugh, you must be high to say such nonsense. Today's an important election day, so you'd better get out of here, or I'll make you miserable. Oh, it's too late. You should look out the window. I've already reached the polling place. Hey, get out of here, right now! The chairman is about to come. I can't let him see you. Wait, why is the chairman's secretary opening the car door for you? I'm just dizzy, right? No, Jimmy, your eyes can see very clearly. My secretary just opened the door for me, that's right. So you are Mr. Robinson? Yes, Mayor Jimmy. I would like to introduce myself one more time. My name is Robinson Kevin, the chairman of X Group, and also your rival candidate for mayor this year. No, this must be a prank. There's never been a way for a black guy to be so rich. You're just a bunch of fucking rats polluting the world. Well, judging people due to the color of their skin needs to be lifted from society. Skin color should not be a metric to categorize people, Kevin. I think you already know the result of this visitation, right? But don't worry, I'll still invest in this town. Not with a role of an investment, but the role of the mayor. No! Hey, get out of here! This place doesn't need money from a nigga! Get out! Oh, it's time for me to come onto the stage and speech. Hope you do it well. No! You're a freaking monster! Then I was elected and became the new mayor of the town. Jimmy seemed obsessed with power, so he couldn't accept the truth and went on a rampage after the election ended. But unfortunately, the police arrived in time and took him away. The first thing I did when I became mayor, that traces the money Jimmy had corrupted the people and then returned them. At the same time, he denounced his abuse of rights and positions to corrupt and oppress others. Ultimately, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison and banned from politics altogether. I guess this is really a big lash out for Jim. I've also fulfilled my promise by reorganizing the education system in schools and organizing more education classes on equal rights. At the same time, invest in restaurants and hotels. The town is now becoming an attraction on the tourist map. More and more black families are moving here, and all residents are welcoming and friendly. I'm happy to see that everyone can live in harmony with each other like